I believe we're live, Lozzie.
Hey guys, welcome to another Sunday Strongman. It's been a couple of weeks. We were obviously up north for Britain's Strongest Woman and England's Strongest Man last weekend, which was two amazing shows. Strongman Champions Leagues happened this weekend with Pavlo Cordiaca back winning competitions.
Yes,
Loads of events coming up. Liz has been making a list of all the different things that are going on.
I had to.
You have to, yes.
I was just saying, I swear this used to be the quiet season or quieter season, but we've literally got a competition every week.
There is no quiet time with Strongman anymore.
No, I like it though. It's good.
It is good. It is good. We hope you've all had a great week and enjoyable weekend. What did we do? We went out yesterday, didn't we?
We did. It's been unseasonably warm here, so please excuse our attire. We're both wearing the old
Both got the arms out.
No.
Auntie Liz is training. That's why her arms are out.
Yeah. Show you all my guns. Who's in the house? We've got Sarah, Jamie, Ronan, Toby. Lots of regular, well, not regular, the usual faces. Kelly's here. Hi, Kelly. Nicola's here. The women's show was marvellous. The men were good and nice to see some new faces. But oh my, the ladies were on fire.
They really were. The ladies were awesome last weekend.
We really enjoyed that show, didn't we? The women's show was so impressive. Cousin Fred is with us. Thank you for the super chat, Fred. Good morning, afternoon, evening.
How you doing, Fred?
I agree, Mama. The women's show was better. Great win for Luke on his comeback.
Yeah, I think both of us thought that last weekend. Like both shows were really good. I really enjoy seeing the up and coming British athletes. Amazing to see Luke back in action and looking in very good shape.
Well, yeah.
Looking forward to seeing him in Glasgow in a few weeks because I think that will be a real good test of where he's at. But he was fabulous. I don't think he was outside the top 2 on an event.
No.
Pretty sure he was top 2 on everything, which just shows that consistency.
Been, yeah.
But the women's show the day before, just the emotions, the performances, you know, the whole thing was just so good. And it's great to see that side of sport growing as well.
Yeah. And it was special, wasn't it? With the
it was. You know, yeah, it really was.
The first time they had their own arena show like that.
Oh, and look, someone who did amazing last weekend, Paddy Haynes.
Paddy Haynes, 3rd place at England's Strongest Man, who will now be doing Britain's Strongest Man next weekend. Not next weekend, sorry. Don't panic, Paddy. Next year.
It's not coming up that soon.
Sorry. Yeah.
But yeah, Paddy is doing amazing this year. Like I knew Paddy would be good at the steeplechase and the power stairs and stuff like that. And I know he's a great deadlifter. But to win the deadlift against the likes of Luke and Felix, and especially that kind of weight with Felix, because he is great for reps.
Yeah.
Paddy, you did amazing. Just super impressed with what you've done this year, buddy. Just keep working hard.
Nice team with Paddy as well.
Yeah, he's got some lovely people around him.
How members comment. Hello. Oh, hello, How. Thank you for joining us. We hope you're having a lovely Sunday, assuming it's still Sunday where you are. I know in our friends in Australia, wow, most of them will probably still be asleep. Yeah, but it is Monday there. You were very impressive, Paddy. There we go. I see a bit of support. New members, remember to check out the perks and hit the like button. Very true, Cousin Fred. How is Liz's training progressing? Wow.
How's your training going?
I whinge a lot. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of whinging, a lot of disdain, a lot of thoughts of violence while I'm doing it in the moment, but I get through it.
But you're doing amazing. You've lost, how much weight have you lost?
7 kilos.
7 kilos down.
Which is, what's that in pounds?
15 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're doing very well.
Yeah. So getting there.
Getting the confidence to go back to the gym a bit more now.
Yeah. Doing my walks.
Doing your walks.
My walks.
Yeah. it's like Liz doesn't train more than twice a week, do you?
No.
But you are a lot more active. You're walking lots. Your food is much better. And we just need to get to the point where
I want to do it. I don't feel like I
wasn't even going to say that. It's a weird one because I don't want to train Liz.
No.
But people I've suggested to train her, she's like, no, I can't manipulate them.
Exactly.
She's seen how hard some of those people I've suggested train in the gym.
Well, Josh, no, because you mentioned Josh. Absolutely not. I've seen Josh beasting people in the gym, and I don't want to be on the receiving end.
So Josh Law is my nutritionist, and he's a high-level bodybuilder. He's
an incredible coach.
Like one of the hardest working people in the gym as well.
Yeah, and I don't think he'd enjoy coaching me.
Probably not.
No, although he did try and get me to jump in on their max deadlifter. session the other day, but you said it was too soon. Too soon.
Too soon for you to be maxing out
I had to
deadlifts.
do bloody sets of 15 instead. RDLs. Disgusting.
It was all good.
Monica, 2 weeks after Rogue is the Magnus Bear Magnuson Classic.
Yeah,
wow,
we've got Liz has got a whole list of comps coming up.
List, because there's just so much. So obviously this weekend we had Cyprus Strongman Champions League. You mentioned Pablo Cordiaca won, but the full podium there, we had Kane Francis in second. I spoke to Kane.
Another podium for Kane.
It was so close between those two, and he said his tape came off on the stones and Pablo stretched ahead, but it was literally neck and neck with those two. And then Evans Nana in third place, and we get to see Evans in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing him in Glasgow as well.
Next weekend, we have the World Strongman Championships. Now, that is Danis Sigeris's competition in Latvia, and there are some really good names doing this competition. I will rattle a few off for you. We've got Kevin Ferris, JF Caron. This is his first competition.
Yes,
back.
Can't wait to see what shape JF is in.
Yes, Rauno is doing it. Ivers, Pavlo Cordiaca, Paul Smith, Mantas Lalas, the youngest Lalas brother. That would be fun to watch.
Some great names in that comp.
Yes, and I am told there is a live stream. So as soon as we have the link, we're going to post it on the YouTube community. So hopefully we'll all be able to access it and watch along. Weekend after that is the Giants Live World Tour Final. Weekend after that is the Rogue Invitational. Weekend after that is America's Strongest Man and Woman. Weekend after that is the Magnus Bear Magnuson Classic. Then the week after that, we have the World's Strongest Nation, the Giants Live Show in Liverpool, and the Strongman Champions League Final. And then like 2 weeks later, we have OSG. And you noticed a name in the Masters lineup,
well,
didn't
the
you?
Masters lineup is ridiculous. And I was just kind of looking through it. And I noticed that Gregor Szymanski is doing it, which is really cool.
Yeah.
It's been a fair few years since I competed against Gregor.
He was last year.
He
not
was.
this year, but last year.
Yeah, but really cool to see Greg, because Gregor's went through quite a bit of health issues.
He did.
He had cancer, and he's come through all that. He's fit and healthy now. And me and Gregor's probably last real good battle between
2016.
us was at the World Ultimate Strongman World Championships.
Yeah.
He was second at that contest.
Yeah.
So looking forward to seeing him there. He's just a cool guy. Really like him. But some of the people in this list, it's quite crazy for a Masters comp. I mean, Glenn Cutler just he was first today at the Andy Bolton Deadlift Challenge, along with my training partner Nick Millard. I've got to give Nick a shout out because he smashed a PB at that, pulling 385 kilos, pulled it really well. So well done, Nick, and well done to Glenn as well. You got James Stewart is the guy that came second at Britain's Strongest Masters this year. Was really impressed with him at that contest. It's going to be cool to see him going. Sigfus Fostel is a former World Strongest Man competitor. Manuel Angulo, former World Strongest Man competitor. Rauno Hainler's been to Worlds twice.
He's been twice.
Probably could have been a fair few more times, but only been there twice. Yeah. Ken McClelland, another big name in kind of the master strongman scene. He's sort of someone that got better and better as he's got older.
Yeah.
He hasn't quite got that opportunity to compete at Worlds, but he competed at the Giants Live.
He did the Giants Live last year, I think it was.
Yeah, Jerry Pritchett, JF Caron, who I think if JF is in any kind of form or shape that he was, I'd say he's going to be the favorite. There's Matt Webb, the world's strongest Matt. He is looking strong as hell right now. I think he's training for America's Strongest Man. Also training for OSG as well. So there's just some huge names competing in the Masters. It's going to be an amazing comp, and it's motivating for me. I'm enjoying training, getting better by the week right now. And
we've got a really fun training video to go out tomorrow, actually. An event session from Friday.
Yes.
Yeah. Lots of fun. And Jack hitting a massive log.
Yeah, Jack did 205 kilo PB on the log. Just as he's been training for England's, and then we've kind of said, have a couple of, because he's had a lot of comps this year. We're just giving him a few weeks to just enjoy training, have some fun, and then he'll get back into programming in a couple of weeks. But yeah.
Carl Slug, Lozzie, he has a Dinny Stone lift next year. Is it worth hammering grip training or just hammer hook grip stuff?
It's a combination. If you're just going for the lift, practice the hook grip. The hook grip is key, but also practice kind of getting your fingers stronger, because the fingers are going to kind of lock in over the thumb. I've found certain arm wrestling movements have been really good for getting my fingers stronger, because I've always had a good grip from strongman training, but since doing arm wrestling, my fingers have got a lot stronger, because it's something that you don't think about so much for strongman, where the thumb locks in, but for a hook grip, the fingers locking in is actually pretty beneficial. So certain arm wrestling movements have been beneficial for me, certainly worth trying in your own training. And then just getting conditioned to the pain of hook gripping. It's not pleasant by any means. It actually, at a lighter weight, I don't even bother hook gripping because I find it a lot more comfortable just to grab it, and I'm strong enough too. So for like the OSG weights, I'm not hook gripping. It's not a weight that I am really challenged with. But when it goes to the Dinny stones, they are so heavy, and if you're trying to kind of hold them for as long as possible, really, the hook grip is kind of the best option. So yeah, I would work lots of hook grip stuff, but work finger strength as well, and obviously the leg and hip strength that you need to lift them, and back strength.
Cybernetic Strongman, the Rogue is almost here.
Yes, it's going to be a good one, buddy.
Cybernetic Strongman lives in Austin, doesn't he?
He
were
does.
able to go in. Does he live in Austin?
Sure, if he lives in Texas. Well, we did go and train with him, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
But I'm terrible at remembering places.
I can't remember.
Were we still in Austin? We just end up at places, don't we?
We were. Yeah, we
didn't go that far, so we couldn't have been too far away.
Yeah, it couldn't have been that bad.
Yeah.
Finally able to catch him live. Can we all agree that getting COVID sucks? Getting COVID does suck.
Who's got COVID?
Daryl, I think.
Daryl, hope you feel better soon, buddy.
Nicola felt sorry for my feet in those heels. Thank you, Nicola. Do you know what? They're probably the comfiest
You wore trainers
boots
the next time.
I did. Yeah, they were really comfy until about the last hour, and then I was really starting to feel it. And yeah. Oh, Paddy nearly gave me a heart attack, Liz. Sorry, Paddy. I said Britain's was next week. It's so funny because literally just the other day we were talking and I said, oh, you know, at least you've got a really nice amount of time to train for Britain. So I didn't mean to do that to you, Paddy. Apologies. Do you guys know Casually Explained? He did a video on World's Strongest Man. I saw it. Yes, I watched it.
Know.
Casually Explained is a channel that just casually explains different topics. And he did one on the sport of strongman. And I noticed, yeah, it was all right. In the video, one of the pictures he used was one of the thumbnails I made. And I was like, So there we go. My little claim to fame.
Is Magnus having Rongo back at the Magnus Classic this year?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, Rongo's doing the Magnus by Magnuson Classic again. God, it's a mouthful, isn't it?
We're going to have Magnus on. Actually, we're going to talk to him up in Glasgow about the Magnus and Magnuson Classic.
We're going to do it in person.
Yeah, why not?
Cool. We're getting to Glasgow a day earlier, aren't we? On the Thursday, so we'll have a bit of extra time. And we're road tripping up with none other than Mitch Hooper, which will be fun.
I'm sure we'll have some fun.
I think a carpool karaoke video is going to be in order. What do you reckon?
Who wants to see carpool karaoke with the three of us?
Never mind if Mitch can sing. We can't bloody sing.
We can all be as bad as each other.
Yes, that would be fun. Lots of nice comments to Paddy. Well done, Liz, for surviving your training session with Loz. Thank you. You are coached by Loz, so I know you know.
She's had more than one session now.
Yeah, I have. I've had a few.
I've been gentle, to be fair.
Yeah, you've been fairly gentle. Way to go, Liz. Thank you. Thank you.
It's important when you're kind of coaching someone, especially someone new. You don't want to kill them in the gym. It's kind of detrimental to just kind of destroy them.
Doesn't take much to kill me.
You need to just focus on kind of building that confidence and building their work capacity more than anything at the start.
Yeah. James, I totally agree. Power Stairs is a great final event. They finish on top of a platform and aren't covered in glue.
Yes, yeah, no, it is a good one to finish with.
Everyone can hug afterwards without getting their clothes wrecked. It is nice. I like the variety.
Yeah.
Nothing against Atlas stones, but I don't see why it always has to be last. You know? What are you reading?
Is there any truth to rumours that Rhiannon Lovelace had something to do with Bill Casmer not being present at some shows? From what I've heard, Bill's a little bit ill at the moment and
really struggling with his arthritis as well.
Yeah, I don't actually know much more than that, but I'm expecting to see him back
at some point. Yeah. No, we haven't heard anything like that, to be honest. What's this? Cousin Fred, Liz, I will fly over and train you. Don't worry, you won't work hard. Thank you, Fred. Sounds ideal. Hannah, I quit Instagram, so I'm a little bit out of the loop. Have Rogue events been announced? They have not.
Not yet. No, they haven't announced events. I'm hoping they're going to announce them fairly soon.
Yes.
That is, what we'd like to see them announced fairly soon, wouldn't we?
Yeah. I think
Rogue are funny because of the CrossFit that they do. They keep events very secretive, but I don't think we need to keep events secretive in Strongman. So it's kind of maybe just educating a bit between the two. I know for certain CrossFit things, they have to keep things quiet, and they don't want the athletes finding out, and they don't want the fans finding out. There's the surprise element.
Do know?
No, strongman do, but I'm on about the difference between the two sports. The athletes for the Strongman show have been told the events. I cannot tell you guys because I am contracted to do the commentating, and they want me to keep it quiet until they announce it on their social media. So that's why we haven't announced. If you really want to know what the events are, go and watch what the athletes are training.
People on Reddit,
it can give you a very good clue. That's as much as I can say right now. As soon as I can say, I will. But if you go and look at what the athletes are training, you guys are smart enough to figure it out.
Yeah. What's this from Jamie? Members comment. After BTW, how about... Oh, do you mean Britain's strongest? Well, I think that's also correct.
Yeah, Women's World Open would be a great competition. I think it's something that they're going to look at, because you think of the other women from around the world that could be added to that show.
Olga, Victoria,
just so many.
There's loads that you could add to that list.
There's just so many great athletes right now. I think it's something that's probably going to happen in the not too distant future.
Oh yeah, there we go. Britain's strongest woman, not by the way. We knew what you meant. We figured it out. Boosted chicken, Liz, I'm your biggest fan. Please give me a hello. Plenty of time to train, Paddy. A whole week. Sorry about that. Where are we?
There we go. Monica's telling people we're going to be having a chat with Magnus.
Oh, there we go. All things Magnus Vermack. Yes, while in Glasgow. Thank you, Monica. I think we're a little bit behind. If Mitch is driving, send him over Swindon's Magic Roundabout. Hate that thing. Oh, why, Toby? Why? You know, if you learn...
When I first moved to Swindon, I did think, what the hell is this? I'm kind of used to it now, but first time you see it, it is like, what the hell?
I don't know if it's still the case, but when I did my driving test many years ago, every single test route went over the Magic Roundabout, so you had to learn it. So people who learnt to drive in Swindon tend to be all right on it, but I can understand how it's a bit scary for an outsider. It's funny watching them panic though. It's very slow. Everything's fine.
Ash doesn't like listening to you, Lizzie. Doesn't like listening to his own Wi-Fi either, though. So there you go.
Oh no, go away then, Ash. Paddy, 16 weeks till Brits. Most of that will be spent growing the tash to rival
That's impossible.
Gav's.
You can't rival Gav's tash or his mullet, to be fair.
No, definitely not. It's quite a look now, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. Hi, Loz. Are you going to be doing more Talking Strongman? Yes, we have plans to do more Talking Strongman, particularly from next year. Right now, because I'm focused on OSG, my focus is kind of training, obviously coaching and stuff like that. We still have quite a few videos that we're working on as well. But from next year, we are going to look at adding in more Talking Strongman and doing them more in person as well, because there's a couple of big kind of former athletes that I really want to talk to that are a bit not so good on the old
They're just not
internet.
Don't have much of any online presence at all.
Yeah, well, like Shahlaei has said he will do it with me, but he's someone that would rather do it in person, and I'd love to talk to Shahlaei. So, legend of strongman, two-time world's strongest man. It'd be cool to do something with him. And a lot of like the new up and coming guys as well. There's so many new faces now, so there's lots of chats I think that we can start to bring back in.
Boosted Chicken wants to know why they've been put in a timeout, and that would be one of our mods. Maybe you were spamming a little.
Boosted Chicken wanted you to say hi to him. That was what he was trying to get your attention.
There you go. Look who's in the house, Rauno. But I can tell. No, you cannot, Rauno. Not on this live. Do it on your own bloody platforms. Not getting us in trouble.
Slide into Rauno's DMs.
No, don't, because you'll just get sworn at. That is not a welcoming place. There should be facial hair in all strongman competitions.
Not the women's.
No. No. Why is your live always so late? I go to bed at 9 p.m. We're sorry, Petra. It's just
a lot of it's to do with normally I go arm wrestling on a Sunday night. Also getting the kids in bed and stuff like that. So just 9 works well.
It's just convenient, and also it means it's not too early in other parts of the world, like America, where a good proportion of our viewers are from as well. Apparently Evan Singleton said on one of his videos what event one is. Well, cannot confirm nor deny.
Like I said, you guys are smart enough to figure it out.
Yeah. I hate normal roundabouts, let alone that one. Country lanes only for me, thanks. I like a country lane too. Eric, thank you for the super chat. Did you guys see the video tour of Tom Stoltman's new house? After they get the remodel done, it will be amazing.
I haven't seen it, no.
No, I haven't seen anything, actually.
No, this weekend, just been focused on the family, haven't we? Took
Yeah.
the family out yesterday. Today's been a bit more of a chill day, but I haven't had a chance to watch any of the videos yet. Hopefully it's, well, from the sounds of things, it's going to be very, very nice.
Yes. Leighton, thank you for the super chat. It was good to meet you both in Cardiff. It was funny when we asked Liz for a photo and she said, yes, Loz will take it, and handed him my camera.
That's the way we work.
Yeah, we take each other's pictures. So we did. I know people love it when Loz takes a picture. Rano had to be gifted a membership by Fred. Yeah, because he will never join on his own. Thank you for gifting memberships, Fred. Always very kind.
You.
Right, I think we're caught up on comments. So should we go back to our little list then, Lozo?
Yeah.
We haven't done any videos about Rogue yet, have we? Only about the athlete lineup because so little information has come out.
Yeah, we will do. I mean, you know, building up towards Rogue, we will do quite a few videos. But we've got the World Tour Finals first.
We do have the World
and
Tour Finals.
Some of the athletes are competing in both. So, which always is worrying.
Yes, it's not that many.
It's Tom and Tom and Mitch.
Luke and Mitch.
Yes, Tom, Luke, and Mitch. Is that it?
I think so.
Yeah, because Evan's not doing it, is he? He's not doing it.
No, he's not doing the World Tour Final. Yeah. Evan is training like a madman as well. I'm really excited to see him.
Evan's been in great shape all year.
Yeah, he's had a really good year. What was it? 5th at World's Strongest Man, 2 Giants Live wins.
Yeah, he's looking very good.
He's having a great year. And I think, you know, a really good performance at Rogue. Hopefully it means we'll get to see him at the Arnold's at some point.
Yeah, El Vikingo, Tenerife Viking strongman, another athlete that was at the British Masters, is going to be at the World OSG Masters as well. And I just saw today he was on a kind of idol competition.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Idol?
Yeah.
Like Pop Idol?
Well, not Idol.
Got Talent.
Yeah, Got Talent.
Yeah. Just showing your age, Loz.
Yeah, I know.
Pop Idol.
Pop Idol.
I love meeting Liz at the Arnold. Me and my friends were sitting waiting for him to finish talking with the Stoltmans pre-Rogue record breakers to get a chance to chat. There you go. I'll chat to anyone, won't I?
Where are you reading?
Here.
Put it up.
Oh, there.
There you
go. It was Spain's version of Britain's Got Talent. There you go. Evan always trains like a madman. That's a very good it's a good point, Jane, to be honest. But
he's just looking good.
Yeah, he seems really focused. Yeah, excited to see what he brings to the Rogue Invitational. It's good to have Evan at competitions like this. He was supposed to do it.
He's very worthy of being there. He's kind of, you know, he's missed out on the Arnolds and Rogue for a couple of years. Where he sort of maybe should have been there.
Yeah, well, he was invited last year, but then
obviously
he
got the bicep injury. Yeah. So, yeah, good to see. I think he'll do very well, to be honest.
I think he will too. And obviously, once the events have officially been announced, we can look at it in more depth as well.
Yeah.
Loz, do you have any secret talents?
Do I have any secret talents? Do I have any secret talents?
You're just one of those people who's annoyingly good at most things.
I am quite good at most physical things.
Yeah. Like you can juggle, you can catch food in your mouth.
I'm not sure that's a talent.
Party tricks.
Yeah, like physical things I'm pretty good at. I've always been good with my hands, I guess. And sort of, I'm not so academic. I struggled at school, actually, slightly dyslexic, but sort of made up for it being kind of quite good.
Physically.
Yeah.
I'm neither academic or physical. Primordial ooze. Loz is very hidden talent. He's actually a tech genius. Oh, if only that was true.
That's a very well hidden talent of
mine.
So well hidden.
I know. I wish. Question for you, Loz. When we come to Iceland to try out our stones around the country and the Husafell stone.
I'd love to go to. I want to take Liz to Iceland because she's never been before. I've been a couple of times. It's a beautiful place. And I definitely would like to come and just go on a tour, do some different stone lifting.
We have like an open invitation from Thor, don't we?
We do, yeah.
We need to take him up on it. It's just finding the time to fit it in. Yeah. But it would be really cool. And I think we should definitely go see him now that we know he's going to be training for Strongman.
Yeah.
And you can train together.
Yes, we'll make it happen.
There you go. Come join us in November for all the fun. Oh, man, if it wasn't like in the middle of all this, we would love to. I do want to go to the Magnus Magazine.
We will definitely have to go to Iceland at some point.
Yeah, we will. We promise we will, Monica. Brian dropped over 30 pounds following the Shore Classic. How much did you drop following comps?
Well, I lost 100 pounds within a 2-year period. So I went from 370 pounds down to 270. Right now, I'm sitting at around 290. So I've put on about 20 pounds since my lightest last December. But I feel good. I've got like a happy medium right now where some decent strength is coming back. I'm feeling a lot fitter and healthier. I'm enjoying my training again, because when I just kind of lost weight, focused on losing weight, being in a calorie deficit, my strength plummeted quite drastically. Whereas now I feel fit, I feel good in my body. I feel kind of like I'm starting to get a bit more competitive in terms of strength. I train with some decent guys, and it's a good sort of measure of where I'm at. So yeah, I'm just enjoying life, really. Just enjoying training, not worried about being a pro strongman, just picking a show or two that I want to train for and having fun. But yeah, I'm getting better each week.
What's this Monica saying? Maybe next summer on a particular day that isn't yet determined.
Ooh.
Well, we've already asked to be bridesmaids, haven't we?
Well, no, I haven't.
Wow.
I'm going to put that flat out there. I haven't.
I asked on your behalf. I knew you wouldn't mind. Yes, definitely. That sounds perfect. There you go. Paul, I love the aesthetic of the Magnus magazine.
It does look cool. Yeah, do you know what's great now is we're starting to have these different comps that have a different feel to them.
Yeah.
We've got the Giants live shows, which are amazing arena shows. We've got the Rogue, which has the huge implements and it just visually looks cool. Magnus's comp, which is kind of more rustic, old school feel to it. It's great.
Shore Classic weekend, which has to be probably the biggest arena show in the USA for Strongman, doesn't
definitely.
it? Yeah. So yeah, it is all good. Loz, you were volunteered and you're mine. Liz is his. There you go.
There we go. That's fine.
Perfect. You could be Monica's bridesmaid.
For Monica, anything.
Just don't steal focus.
I think she'd be safe there.
Yeah. Oh, no idea what you're talking about. Yes, definitely the comp most justified. What am I clicking on? Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. I think
you skipped.
Missed member's comment. How is your athlete from Greenland doing?
So Kim is training hard again. We've just been chatting this a couple of weeks ago about sort of what he wants to do goal-wise next year. So yeah, he's kind of just got to be taking his time. You know, it was a horrific injury that he had, but it's just good to see him back lifting and enjoying it.
Was it quite similar to what happened to JF at the Arnolds?
Very similar.
Yeah. Nasty, but JF is back. And
well, we'll see next week what kind of shape JF is in. That's going to be the fun thing.
Rana, if you're still here, message Dennis and please ask him to send me the live stream link so we can get it to everyone, because I really want to watch that. And do you know what? This competition. Yeah, message him yourself. He's actually probably very responsive. But I've seen some of the kit that they're using in this competition, and it is a really not wacky events. That some classic strongman events in there, but with a twist. Some quite impressive pieces of kit that they're going to be using. So I'm genuinely really looking forward to seeing it. Jeff Caron's first competition back as well. So looking forward to seeing him compete again. It's the mixture of dust and snow that I really like about it. Watching you from the ER, the husband is having heart situations, not an attack. Oh, no.
I hope he's okay.
Oh, hope he's doing well, Christine, and that you're okay too. Good to see you back on a Sunday night. It's not the same without you. Yeah, we were thinking of going, well, we said we'd try on the Monday, but realistically, 2 full days, 2 competition days meant sort of twice the amount of post-competition work, didn't it? So it's the best kind of busy though, isn't it? What's your opinion on Explosive Ape coming back? Some mixed opinions from fans and athletes. Oh, bit of a tricky one.
I wasn't a fan. They sponsored me for a while. There's been some terrible customer service from them in the past. I wasn't impressed with them as a company. I don't know if it's the same people involved. I don't know much about the rebrand, but I can only go from past experiences. Hopefully it is all new, much, much better, and fair play to them if it is. But from things that happened in the past, it's not a company I'd work with.
I think the problem is if you look at their Facebook reviews and their Trustpilot reviews, no athlete wants to be associated with that when they're getting absolutely reamed online, do they?
Yeah.
It's not a good look. Here we go. A geeky, grippy question, I'll say. Who has the superior grip strength, Brian Shaw or Mark Felix?
Grip strength varies depending on the type of grip that we're talking about. That being said, Mark Felix's grip is better than Brian Shaw's at almost anything. Both of them are exceptionally good at thick bar stuff because they both have huge hands, and that's something where Brian is very, very good. So anything with a thick handle, Brian is superb. Brian is not so good when it comes to a thinner handle, like a Hercules hold or a car deadlift hold, things like that. He's actually been beaten many, many times in strongman comps, whereas Mark Felix still wins those type of events as well. But Brian's ability to lift up blobs, thick bar, dumbbells, double overhand axles is exceptional. And that is often to do with that hand size. It's a big, big advantage. But Mark Felix has better variety in all different types of grip.
There you go. Nicola saying she loved the grip comps in between events at the Shaw Classic.
It was cool. Yeah, there was some impressive lifts going on there.
Yeah, you really liked that guy who won, didn't you?
Well, he was just impressive.
Little man crush going on.
I'm just jealous. I wanted big hands like that so I could kind of lift them as easily.
Yeah.
My grip feels strong at the moment, though. I'll say that.
And just saying here about the Magnus Magnuson Classic, how it's more stone-based and not sort of commercial equipment.
Yeah. And these are great because people can't train for these things. Yeah. And I like that. Sometimes with strongman, people overtrain implements and, you know, sometimes just that ability to go and go to a competition and just adapt to the implements that are put in front of you I like that. I think it's cool to see.
Loz, do you want to give Brian's new 300-pound dumbbell with a thick handle a go? Even Brian couldn't lift it.
I would pretty much be confident that's too much for me. You know, it'd be fine to go and have a go with it, but I can't lift less than that. So
bit pointless.
Yeah.
And
I'd like to see, I'd like to have a go on his blob medley and his dumbbell medley just to see what I could get up to. But 300 pounds isn't going to go anywhere.
Colin asking what's the most pointless lift. It's funny actually.
The duck walk.
The duck walk. Well, no, we've recorded it already, but I've just got to edit it. I think it was last week we filmed it.
Yes.
10 events that should never be seen in Strongman again. It's just a for fun video, isn't it? It's a mixture of like some really high risk events and just some ridiculous ones. And to be fair, realistically, you're probably never going to see most of them in Strongman again anyway. But
it's a good mix though on there.
Yeah, it is. How do you narrow it down to 10 when you really put them all together?
We could have done a lot more.
We could have. I think our honorable mentions list was as long, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Look who's here. Someone who does wake up very early. Rongo Keen.
How are we doing, buddy? Hope you all well.
Hi, my amazing friends. Miss you both. I was hoping to see you both in Glasgow.
I know. We're gutted that you can't make it to Glasgow, buddy.
Well, it's not that he can't make it. He hasn't been invited.
Wow.
We need to campaign. I think
he's coming. He's doing the Magnus Fair, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. But we won't be there.
No, I was going to say that's no bloody good. But no, I do want to see Ron go back at another giant side. He was
I'm
very
sure he
ill
will be
surrounding the one in London, so be good to see it. And
yeah.
I think he has the biggest log lift in the Southern Hemisphere.
I think you're right, and he is the defending Magnus Magnuson champion as well. So got to be training hard to defend that title.
But yes, we wish we were seeing you there as well.
Yeah.
How is Mitch's back issue? So he mentioned this in a video the other day.
Yeah, Mitch's back has been an issue. We've been working around it best we can, and it's been progressing very, very nicely. He messaged yesterday after training saying it's the best it's felt. He's starting to. There was a point where he was kind of, you know, Mitch is one of those guys who wants to turn up and perform because he feels it's his duty as the world's strongest man. If he's going to turn up to a show, he's got to perform. And at one stage, it was just like, I just got to be able to get there. Now his confidence is coming back, and he's like, I believe I can go there, and if we keep improving like this, then I've got a chance of winning. So it's all improving nicely. We've been working around keeping all his muscles strong while protecting his back as much as possible. So every session seems to be progressing nicely now. So we're in a good place, and I think he's going to be absolutely fine.
A couple of people wading in with what they think are the most pointless events. Front hold.
Front hold, yeah, like front hold is a boring event. It's an event I'm quite good at, but I find it boring. I don't train it. People are like, oh, how do you get good at front hold? You just cheat and try. Combination of those things. Never put it down unless the referee says it's down. So even if you're kind of like holding it there, don't give up. I see too many people give up. You just wait until the referee says your go's done, and then you cheat as much as you can. You kind of try and get your bicep on top of your chest like this.
Over the pecs.
And then you retract your shoulder blades as much as possible, and then you just fight.
Do you remember when we went to see Graham and he was training it at like 40 kilos or something?
Graham's ridiculously strong. But Graham was the same. Like, we did the competition weight, and we were very similar. Then he did like 15 or 20 kilos more than the competition weight, and I couldn't even hold it.
Yeah. But he did the same time with both. It's like his strength endurance is the
his
same.
endurance is always the same.
No matter how heavy.
But his strength is ridiculous. I mean, he's just a strong dude.
He is. This is a great question from Wilfred. Would it make sense to have a Strongman Legends show at Rogue, just like they have a CrossFit Legends?
I am trying to convince Giants Live to do a Strongman Legends competition at some point. I think it would be a fun show. Yeah,
that would. And we were trying to think about who could do it realistically, but you could have like Derek Pounds.
So many,
There's loads of guys that have retired that could come back. Terry could do it, maybe if he wanted to. There's loads of people.
Yeah.
It could be really good.
I think you just got to be kind of careful with the event selection and not put things that are going to just destroy people in.
Monica enjoys the duck walk. Have you done the duck walk out of interest,
there's a
Monica?
Big difference between enjoying it as a fan and enjoying it as a competitor. The reason I hate it so much is because every single time I do it, it leaves the worst bruises on the inside of my thighs. Which is just, it's just very uncomfortable. It puts a lot of strain on the adductors, and it makes us walk like damn idiots. And if you've got big legs, if you're a big squatter, it's worse. If you're tall and slim in the legs, it's not so bad because you have a bit more space to kind of swing it in between. It's not even that I'm bad at it as well. Like, I beat Tom Stolt at that in UK Strongest Man when we did it, but I hate it because every single time I've done it, it just leaves the worst, the worst bruises you can imagine on both of my quads.
Someone here saying they're going to their first Giants Live, the team show. Cannot wait.
The team show is a really good, fun show to watch. Just the atmosphere is good. It's going to be fun to watch. And because it is a team comp, there's less pressure. The athletes just seem to have more fun. You get that kind of camaraderie between the teams. It's a nice, fun one.
Oh, that's an impossible question. If you could only pick one single strongman show to attend for the rest of time, which one would you choose? I don't think I could.
Yeah,
because they all offer something different.
It's like saying, which tennis event would you go to,
or which of my children are my favorite? Like, how? How? It would be so hard.
The great thing with strongman, or one of the things I love about strongman, is every show is a little bit different. You can always go in with who you think's your favorite. You've got your idea of who's going to win, but there's always surprises. There's always things that happen, and that's why I love sport in general, but strongman so much. You don't know exactly what's going to happen, and every time it can be a different result. Different things happen. You see incredible performances. You see people make mistakes. You just don't know.
Someone's saying Phil Pfister could also do that.
Yes, Phil Pfister could indeed. It'd be good to see him.
One.
Yeah.
My least favorite old event, wrestling. Just a bad match for strength competitions. My favorite old event, the Hurricane. Visually awesome, great strength feat. The Hurricane from the Manfred Herbal Classic in 1995, with the helmet on the head, and the plexiglass shield. That's one of my favorites too. But unfortunately, no, actually, I don't think it went in the list.
No, it didn't.
It's too good. We would welcome it back. Strongman versus Wind.
I want to try it.
Yeah. How can we recreate
We should do this. I should try all these random events.
after OSG.
After OSG.
Yeah.
We'll do a
Do
video.
you know what would be really great if we could put together the events for the first World's
The
Strongest
first
Man.
ever World's Strongest Man. That's what I'm going to do.
We just need a frame to put that fridge on. For the
Yeah, I
fridge
don't want to
carry.
fall like Franco did.
No.
Yeah.
But a lot of it's easy. Just find a tire, just find a chunk of wood, find a car to lift the back end up of. Wrist roll. I've seen one of those.
Yeah, wrist roll's easy to get hold of.
Easy. There we go. You just need to find someone to tug of war against.
Yeah.
I went to my first Giants live show in Cardiff and loved it, says Becca.
Good.
Can we get a Liz gun show?
Go on then.
No, I'm not ready.
Come on, let's see the
No,
guns.
I haven't. I haven't trained my arms, have I? Once.
Not properly, no.
No.
No
Soon.
guns? Soon.
I do. There we go. It's a little peek there. There you go.
Little peek.
Little peek. Like you peek it out.
Peek of a bicep.
Oh dear. Where are we? Get Grizzly in on the action.
Yeah, with some odd lifts.
Yeah. Tug of war with Kaz. God. Go do the Ninja Warrior course, you versus Liz.
Yeah, there's one in Gloucester.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. Lewis has been there a few times, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Who do you think would win?
Have you and me?
100%.
100% me.
Really?
Yes.
Even if you're dangling and holding your own body weight and everything like that?
Yes.
Do you think? Oh, now we have to do it.
Yes.
I think I'll win.
You thought that when we had a race once.
I know, but this is different. It's a lot of body weight
Why is
stuff.
it different?
Because I've just lost a load of weight. I'm light as a feather now.
I've lost a load of weight too.
Yeah, but come on. Monkey bars. Can you do monkey bars all right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got a pretty good grip as well.
Yeah, okay, I guess.
I can do pull-ups.
I'm going to have to cut my nails.
10 TMO. Is it 10 TMO? TMO.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see Par's recent video? Yes, we did.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
But I did message Par straight away. And I said, what have I said to upset you? And apparently I said that he's not done that well in his last 10 comps. And I didn't like what he said about, I didn't like what he had been saying about Jamal. We've sorted things out between Par. Par is Par. We all know what he's like. He's a good strongman. Did very well at Britain's Strongest Man a few years ago, and he did well at the Arnold's UK last year. Other than that, his performances in comps haven't been the best. I say that based on results. Nothing to do with Par as a person. I like Par. Speak to him at competitions. We're seeing him next week. He's going to come bowling with us.
hopefully, because I need someone I can beat.
Yeah,
Literally, the only people I beat.
He's pretty bad at bowling.
I think it was him, and I think I beat Ashley. I tied with Ivers, but he's not even coming. So
I think Par didn't watch our full video.
I think know.
He's been sent a clip that's upset him. But we've always defended Par on here. I'm always going to be honest about people's performances. It's always tough when you're talking about people that you kind of see as friends and stuff. But yeah, we've spoken to Par. All is sorted. Both of us spoken to him separately, and I left it at that. I said, unless we're going to have be paid $1 million to get into the ring and settle it like that, then I ain't getting into anything. And that's literally what it is. Par and us are absolutely fine.
Eric's putting his money on you, Loz. Sorry, Liz. Do you know what? I probably put my money on Loz now, the more I think about it. Yeah. I saw Alexa doing great on the monkey bars. Yes, our 5-year-old has mastered the monkey bars and she's very proud of herself.
She is.
She
goes to gymnastics and she's getting really flexible, isn't she? She just
did the splits the other day.
We were like, whoa.
Yeah.
And she was trying to teach me some gymnastics earlier.
That would be a video worth.
Yeah. Who wants to see me and Alexa in a gymnastics
She got
video?
her first award in gymnastics last week, and bless her, she's into everything. She does cheerleading, she does singing, she does swimming, and she really wants to join a football team as well. But honestly, I'm so exhausted from taking her to all these places.
I know.
I don't know how I fit in.
She's got more of a social life than any of us.
Yeah, way more.
Can we have Ninja Warrior as a members video?
My first Giants Live will be the team show. Can't wait.
You will have a good time, buddy. And
really,
we will both
really
be there,
show.
so come and say hi.
Yeah. Bonnie, Mitch's mum is in the house. We love Bonnie. Looking forward to seeing Bonnie in Texas.
Yes.
We found a good shopping mall last time because there's quite long gaps, isn't there, at the Rogue Invitational between some of the events. So we all went shopping and she introduced me to, what is it, Auntie Anne, the pretzel place. Very nice.
Did you enjoy that?
I did. I don't know how Bonnie is so slim. The way she was packing down those pretzels. But really, really nice. Looking forward to seeing you, Bonnie. Please make a members only Alexa Monkey Bar video. I will. I'll upload it as a members short. I think I could do members only shorts. Yeah, I'm sure. Yes, you all should do the wife carry race in Finland. No, we have seen it. I've been saying
Liz
this for
has
years.
been going on about it for years.
I would love to do this. If I lost a little bit more weight to make sure I'm as light as possible, I could hold on to you, Lozzie. You know I could.
I need to lose a bit more weight
if
we're going to be running.
And it's fine. We could do that. I think we'd do well.
Some of these people want to see me in a leotard.
Oh, God, you don't. Oh, there's an Auntie Anne's in Cheltenham, apparently.
There is, in the
Is
Regent
there?
Arcade.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. Yeah. Loz doing gymnastics, only if he wears a leotard. If you do a Ninja Warrior video, you need a real ninja to show you how it's done. I know a very, very good one.
Yeah.
Oh, no, because I don't need anything making me look worse than how I'll make myself look. We don't need to see a good person first. Don't lose too much, Liz. The prize is based on the weight carried. Oh, in that case, I'll put some on.
just get huge.
I'll get massive.
Depends how long the distance is. I'm good at carrying heavy weights.
Yeah.
But...
Well, it's like one of those sort of tough mudder, tough guy type assault things from water and mud and fire and all sorts. Except your wife's legs are here and she's holding on around the waist. Yeah. Just don't drop me on my head. Did you see Rob?
Dan John, did you see Rob Frampton pulling at Arm Gods Canada? He's really leveling up. I've not been able to watch the matches yet, but I did see that he won. And I know Rob very, very well. I know he is leveling up. He's really taking his arm wrestling seriously. He's doing amazing with it. So it's so good to see. I want to hopefully go and train with him at some point. Right now, I'm not doing so much arm wrestling because I'm focused on the World Masters in December. Once that's done, I will go back. I was trying to do both, but I find too much table time at arm wrestling just messes me up a little bit. I'm still not technically good enough. And you end up getting into these battles with people, and then for 2 or 3 days, like the elbows are sore and stuff like that. So it was affecting my pressing sessions and pulling sessions in the gym for Strongman. So I've just kind of knocked it on the head for now. I'm still doing some specific arm wrestling training movements in the gym to get stronger, and that's kind of going pretty well. And my own arm wrestling has leveled up quite a bit as well, but the focus for me is OSG. But Rob is committed to it so well, and he's doing really well. He's just getting better all the time.
It was a shame because Rob's partner Katie was competing in Britain's Strongest Woman that same weekend, and I know they would have wanted to be there for each other. It's an unfortunate clash.
Absolutely.
But, they both did very, very well.
Yeah.
What about Dimitar's deadlift? That was a crazy.
That was huge. Like Dimitar's been just like chilling, and then suddenly he enters
like
and just pulls this ridiculous weight. I mean, he's not as efficient as some of the kind of, he's not like the nicest looking deadlifter in the world, but the raw power that you know, technique technique is not the best, but his power off the floor and is just that kind of strength. You think he's, what is he, 43, 44? I don't know. But he's just getting stronger. He is an absolute powerhouse. And Dimitar just shocked everyone with that. It was awesome to see. I messaged him just to congratulate him. It was amazing.
Do you think Kieliszkowski can win Rogue? He looks in good shape. Looking at his log lift video. Oh man, I really want to see Kieliszkowski do well.
We were talking about this the other day, weren't we? We're like, we want to see him back to his best.
Yeah.
And I will keep my fingers crossed that we will see him back to his best. I don't believe he wins this show.
Why?
I think some of the other athletes are more consistently kind of good right now. I think he's got a lot of mental barriers coming back. I know he's had some treatment recently and he said he's feeling good from it. I think knowing one of the particular events that might be in the competition, he'll struggle to win. But I just want to see him in good shape and battling like he did at the Arnolds. You know, like the Arnolds was great, came second, wasn't at his best when you compare what he'd done in the past, but still good enough to be up there. And I think if we can kind of see that, get him through this competition fit and healthy, then he'll build on that towards next year. I don't think he's going to win, but I think he can certainly score points, and hopefully we see a much better performance than we saw at Worlds.
I think if he is in the best shape he's ever been in on his worst event, trying to talk cryptically, there's like 3 people he could potentially beat on that event.
Do you think, based on what you've seen this year, he can win?
I don't know. Because
that's all I'm going on. I'm not going, like, regardless of him being a friend of ours or not, based off this year, I can't say he's going to win this competition. Not with the likes of Mitch Hooper, Tom Stoltman, Bobby's looking amazing, Trey Mitchell, Evan Singleton. There are so many guys that have just been performing all year long. I can't, I'm not going to put my money on Kieliszkowski to win.
It's harsh, isn't it? Because you're almost only as good as your last performance. Yeah, and unfortunately, it's probably the worst performance we've ever seen from him. But he is going to be better than that. I'd love to see him on the podium at least. That would be really good. I think that would be a huge achievement. And also, we don't really know what sort of shape Alexi is in right now. Alexi won this last year. Let's not forget.
I love Alexi, and his last competition, he was terrible.
When was that? Well,
a couple of weeks ago in Cardiff.
Oh yeah,
he was terrible. You've forgotten how bad he was.
I've suppressed it.
Yeah. Oh. So everything can change.
Yeah.
But you've got to go on what's happening most recently.
Yeah.
And it's just not been good enough. It's like me going to official strongman. I am nowhere near the favorite. People can, if you say, "Oh, Loz is doing," like, if you compare what I'm doing numbers wise to when I was at my strongest, my strength is way down. The only good thing is I'm enjoying it, and I'm kind of building week by week. But I'm not the favorite to win OSG. Yes, I'll train as hard as I can, and if someone on a different channel says 5 other people are going to place ahead of me, I'm not going to get upset by that, because what have I done in the last few years to warrant someone saying Loz is going to win?
Yeah.
Other than, friends are always going to support each other. I'm not like that, as my friends know. And that's not because I'm not supporting them. I said this to Andrea last week at Britain's Strongest Woman. I always thought for that competition, based on Andrea coming back from a bicep tear, Lucy and Rebecca were the heavy favorites for that show. But I kind of took Andrea to the side and said, just because I've said that does not mean you give up.
No.
It doesn't mean you don't fight for every point. And as an athlete, you have to go to competition, train as hard as you can to get to that competition, and then you fight as hard as you can for every single point. That is always my attitude. So I will go to OSG, train as hard as I can to the time it's time to start deloading, go to the competition, and I will battle my ass off to do as well as I can. I'm not the favorite, but you don't know what's going to happen. As an athlete, you just got to keep fighting. If we knew exactly what was going to happen, it would be boring. But I would, if Rauno said, "Oh yeah, Loz is going to win OSG," I'd say, "You're lying. You don't think that."
Rauno wouldn't say that.
Yeah, but I respect the truth from from people, rather than just people blowing smoke up your ass saying you're great. And I've always been like that with my athletes. People go, "Oh, you always say Mitch is going to be on the podium." Mitch is always on the damn podium.
I was going to say he hasn't been off it yet,
but
since his first
I've said, like I coached Jack Osborne, who was 6th at England's strongest man. I said Jack can win the log. He went and came joint first on the log. I said he had weaknesses. If you go back and watch the video, he had weaknesses. He actually did really well on some events.
Yeah.
He actually did a little bit worse on one of his good events, which was the yoke. He did a little bit better on one of his worst events, which was the deadlift. And that happens in competition. You've got to go as an athlete, prepared as well as possible, and fight as hard as you can. And what will be, will be. Don't get upset by what I'm saying or what someone else is saying.
You're usually pretty accurate in your assessment of how you think Bobby will do as well.
Yeah, I'm always honest. Like Rob Kearney. How many times did I say Rob's not going to do well? And then a different comp a few weeks ago, I said Rob's going to do well because the events really suited him. And he did.
Yeah.
And it's like, but even if he didn't, it was just an opinion. Some people get so upset by it. It drives me nuts sometimes, but I'm trying to explain as well that I think the exact same about myself.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say, look at my last 10 comps and people are going to say Loz is going to win, because my last 10 comps have been rubbish in comparison to we go back a few years ago when I was constantly on podiums at comps. It's a different time, but that doesn't mean as an athlete, I'm still not going to try. You go and you try as hard as you can. Us having opinions is good because it has people talking about the sport, gets people involved, gets people watching. But as an athlete, don't worry about what we're all saying.
Do you know, I saw a comment the other day. I meant to reply and I just didn't get around to it. Just like I don't get around to PMing people back. But they said, oh, no one had an opinion on athletes until we started our channel. And I thought, I remember 12 years ago reading Sugden Barbell. That was the place to be.
Yeah.
Then it became Reddit and we were all over on there. Still Reddit,
I remember reading some comments on some of those forums before I won anything. I think I picked up an injury and people said, oh, Loz is never going to do anything.
Yeah.
And then I went and won some titles. Then I got another injury and it was like, oh, you're never going to, he's never,
But the point I'm trying to make is that like people have always discussed the sport. It's just platforms have moved around over time.
And the platforms have got bigger.
Yeah,
the sport has
much
got bigger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like Sugden Barbell had about 30 members. And we all chatted on there.
Yeah.
Now we've got thousands of people that are into the sport.
Yeah.
And it's great because there are more people talking about it.
This is kind of, wasn't your last comp a winner, Britain's strongest master? You were saying your last 10 comps of crap.
I'll be honest. I
I
am way better right now than I was at Britain's Strongest Masters.
Yeah.
Like the level difference is huge. So people that competed with me at Britain's Strongest Masters should understand that. My level is improving very quickly, but I'm not deluded. You know, there are a handful of athletes going to the Masters that I would put as way superior to me. But with the events that we've got and my preparation, I will be ready to fight hard. I won't ever put myself as a favorite for this competition, not with the likes of Jerry Pritchett, Rauno, JF. I'm so looking forward to seeing JF next week because it's going to give us a good idea of is he back to his best. But I never put myself ahead of like Thor or Eddie or Zadrunas and or Derek Poundstone. But that never meant I wasn't going to try my hardest to beat them. And I did. I beat them. Not because I was maybe better, but anything can happen at a competition. You just need to prepare as well as you can and fight as hard as you can. Every single athlete has lives that go on. It's why sometimes I'm quite brutal when one of my clients this weekend tore his calluses.
You're horrible.
I am. He competed. He did his like Champions League, and he tore his calluses on the deadlift. And he posted up a picture about his torn calluses, and he was, oh, if this didn't happen, I could have done better. And I just replied with a little violin. And he is one of my athletes because these things happen in this sport. It's strongman. It's tough. It's not always easy, and you have to be able to cope with the situation. And he knows I was joking. I was just trying to sort of lighten the mood. But we're not competing in tiddlywinks. Strongman is a tough sport. We pick up injuries. These things happen. People have families. People have jobs. People have issues that go on outside of strongman that will affect their performance. But it happens to everyone. It's why sometimes you see me and, when an athlete suddenly posts up a picture of an injury or something like that, I don't get too sympathetic about it because every single athlete goes through these issues. Every single one of them. And then you get people, oh, I did better in training. Doesn't matter. What you did in training doesn't matter. It's what you do on the day that counts. That is all that counts in competition. No one cares what you did in training. The amount of times I've done comps and people have said, oh, I was much quicker in training. Oh, I did another rep in training. No one cares. It's as simple as that. All that matters is what you do on the day. So I might sound harsh in it, but it's made me a very good competitor because I understand that every single athlete is the same in terms of that mentality. We all question ourselves. We all have insecurities. We all have things that can affect our performances. All you have to do is control what you can and go and do the best you can. Win, lose, or draw, you move on and get better.
There you go. And someone who is used to your brutal honesty.
And someone that's mentally improved a lot in the last year.
Yeah. And Alex is going to be on the video that comes out tomorrow, training with you, doing the events. He's helping you, isn't he?
He is. He's training hard. He's getting better all the time.
He's not doing OSG, but he is training as if he's doing OSG, isn't he?
Pretty much.
Doing the events with you.
He's been awesome for me as a training partner and a friend as well. I love Alex. And I'll see you tomorrow, buddy.
Yeah, I pulled 600 kilo in training. I just can't translate it to comps.
It happens like that.
Same.
How often does that happen?
I know. All the damn time. Now people are wanting to see tiddlywinks. What even is tiddlywinks? I'm not sure I know.
I think it's like those little things you spin and like you throw up and like catch them or something.
I don't know. You don't even bloody know.
Not properly.
You just like saying tiddlywinks, don't you? And Rick saying Liz does reply to DMs. I don't know why I always reply to you, Rick. I think it's because you only send very short messages, and that's about all I can handle most days.
Yeah.
Oh, great. I'm gonna cry now at Loz being cute.
Everyone say happy birthday to Alex, because tomorrow is his birthday, and he's coming for a deadlift session with me for his birthday.
Glutton for punishment. What would be the weight of the Winx?
Yeah, it's like a small version of Pogs.
Okay, I remember Pogs.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you flip things into a cup. Oh, I do know what. Yeah. Okay. All right.
It ain't Strongman.
No, it's not Strongman. There you go. A couple of birthday messages for Alex there. How old's Alex going to be? 28? 29?
27 or 28, something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
He's still a baby.
He's still very young, bless him. So probably still enjoys his birthdays.
Right, we're going to wrap this up fairly soon. If you guys have any more questions, because I went on a bit of a rant then, didn't I?
Do
people like my rants? I never know.
I do, because it gives me an opportunity to get a drink for a week.
Sometimes I get quite passionate about stuff.
Yeah, you do. I leave you to it.
I get annoyed with a lot of things that I see.
Oh, he's going to be 27. Oh,
baby.
My goodness. I will do the RDLs that Liz didn't want to do. Thank you. It's a set of 15, then a set of 12, then a set of 10. Then you drop the weight. Then you go back up to bloody 12 and then 15 again. Awful.
He's done that with me before.
Well, I don't know why he keeps coming back willingly. And he drives quite far to get there as well.
Further than you.
Yeah, a lot further than me.
Lots of happy birthday wishes for Alex. That's nice. Love a good Loz rant. Thank you, Jane. Appreciate it. Loz, do you have any good grip strength training guides? Was amazing meeting you at both at Cardiff. Already bought our VIP tickets for next year. This is something I'm in the process of doing. So I have a couple of different training guides for different things. I am putting one together for the Dinny Stones and a grip specific one as well. So they will be out probably a little bit closer towards Christmas.
Here you go. One of your newer clients saying, only been almost a month and it's definitely tough and I haven't even started yet.
Just keep working hard, Vinny. Like one thing I say to everyone when they train with me or coached by me, the longer you train with me, the better, because I learn more about my athletes. I think it's very important when you coach someone, you have to understand the person, and the coaching adapts based on different people. I don't train Mitch the same way that I train Bobby, for instance. No. They're both different mentality, like different animals. Alex will tell you, a lot of it is that mental strength, but it's figuring out the person as well, figuring out the best way.
It takes time, doesn't it? Mm.
But yeah, the athletes that have been with me for long periods all do very, very well. And sometimes I've got one guy at the moment who's really struggling because he hasn't progressed for a while. And that is a real tough thing to deal with when you're not progressing. And when he came to me, he had a lot of technical errors. So he'd almost maxed out where he can get to. And if he just kept pushing like that, he's going to go backwards and get hurt. So we're trying to kind of focus on technique. There was another guy in a very similar situation a few years ago with me, and it took me 1.5 years to address the issues. Wow. And then suddenly, in the second 6 months of that 1.5 years, clicked. He added 50 kilos to his squat and 40 kilos to his deadlift.
Wow.
But for a year, no progress at all, because we were undoing a lot of issues. And sometimes it can be things like that. And it's very frustrating for people when they come to you and they're expecting to improve straight away. If you've got a good coach and you're doing things wrong, they need to tell you. They need to kind of, sometimes undo bad learned movements, behaviors. To make Toby, for instance, who's on here, easy to coach, because he was so new to it. There was no huge technical errors, and you kind of make sure everything's really right from the start, and he's progressing really, really well.
Almost like a blank canvas.
Yeah, but everyone's different, and it's understanding that we're all different. We're all different in terms of levers. We're all different in terms of genetics. We're all different in terms of how fast we progress. One of the most annoying questions coaches get is, how much better can I get in such months? Yeah. Well, that's a very hard question to answer, because there's so many factors that come into that. But my motto is, always just focus on your progress and have no limitations on where you can get to. If you're going to focus on those two things, enjoying it and just keep getting better, who knows how good you can be.
There you go. Lots of people like your honesty and your rants, Lozzie.
Thank you.
We've got someone here who's planning on signing up on Tuesday.
Awesome.
Yesterday, but today and tomorrow are going to be hectic.
Where are we looking?
There you go.
Oh, awesome. I will look forward to you signing up. Just when you do sign up, if you're signing up within like a week, normally if you signed up on the weekend, you're probably going to have to wait till the following week. But if you sign up sort of before Thursday, I can normally get things ready for you to start on the Monday.
I'm training youngsters over here, and I always say it's a hike, not a sprint.
Absolutely. So many people want it like that, and it just doesn't work. For most good strength athletes, it takes 10 years. Now, that's very hard to hear from a lot of people. And you get people like, they'll see younger guys doing really well. They'll be a bit older and be like, oh, what's the point? Don't worry about that. You've just got to focus on your progress.
Someone asking, do you reckon Paul Smith will receive an invitation?
I think he deserves one. I do 100% think Paul deserves one. They have guaranteed the top 3 from England's, but I would expect they go down that list.
Is he 4th?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he'll probably get one. It's really hard when you look at all the potentials, but there's no limit on the amount of guys that can do it. Like, they've often had about 14 athletes there, haven't they?
Yeah.
So there should be space for all the best guys. I like this question. Can you remember ever getting bad advice from a pro? You don't have to name them.
Yes, particularly early on when I went and trained with some, quite good strongmen at the time, but they knew how to do things for them. They weren't necessarily good at explaining anything.
Or good coaches,
didn't really understand, a number of things. I'm not going to name them because they're great people and it's just not their strength. But of course, I've had a lot of bad advice. I'm very good at listening to everyone and kind of taking in the good and kind of like blocking out the bad, I guess. You have to be willing to listen to different things. I mean, there's people that I don't consider good coaches, but they've given me good tips before. You can always learn something from people, but some people just give really bad advice.
There you go. Interesting question from Michael. Thank you for the super chat. Loz, for a nominal fee, would you critique someone's form on lifts?
I'll be honest, like if you catch me on a good day where I'm not so busy and you just send me a video on Instagram, there's a good chance I'll reply. Other days I'm super busy and then I get a lot of messages and I might miss things. So if I have not replied to people, don't think it's personal. I do get a lot of messages on Instagram and stuff, but there's plenty of people that have messaged me and I've replied for no fee. So it's worth a try.
Toby saying, I'd love to see a 16-man Britain's Strongest Man.
So would I.
I swear 2012
when
it was
won,
about that.
When I won
the first
year I won, it was 16 or maybe even more.
Yeah, possibly even more. It was a massive lineup. It was quite different to the giant size format that we're used to seeing now, though, wasn't it?
I don't think we'll see 16, but I think we could see somewhere between 12 and 14.
Yeah, I think so, definitely. Paris late. Oh, don't worry, Paris. You're absolutely fine. You can watch it back later at your leisure. I've seen a lot of people in the gym think they'll be a good coach because they're strong, but they have no idea how to adapt for different bodies. Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot. Like, there's some great coaches out there, but there's some really bad ones as well.
The problem is now everyone's a coach. Like, they train for a couple of months and suddenly they're a coach with no real experience in the sport whatsoever. And that's fine, I guess. But if you want someone that really understands the sport, and understands that everyone's different, because I don't coach people to lift how I lift unless they are built very similar to me. There's always minor changes that you have to look at for each individual lifter. I mean, there's a thing I can see here. So, bad advice. Tom Platt said leg presses are rubbish. Terry Hollins disagreed. Tom Platz is a bodybuilder. Terry Hollins is a strongman. Both are using the leg press for different reasons. Most strongmen will use a leg press, firstly, for leg endurance in terms of, I train strongmen, or I'll make a strongman do sets of 20 on exercises, because there's a lot of events in strongman where leg endurance is important. I would never make a powerlifter do sets of 20, because for powerlifting, everything is about 1 rep. So technique is more important for them in terms of a squat, whereas for a strongman, repetitions are more important in terms of a squat, because firstly, you never see a squat for max in strongman. It's extremely rare. But you do see a lot of leg endurance type events, truck pulls, yokes, squat for reps, leg press we've seen for reps in strongman comps. There's a lot more variety. So you don't necessarily need to be as technically as proficient, because in powerlifting, it's just 3 events. Whereas in strongman, there's so many events. You need to be a lot more adaptable in strongman, because you can have an event that varies based on that event. In terms of a deadlift, you could have a standard deadlift for max, you could have a standard deadlift for reps, but you could have various different types of bars that they use, different heights that they use, side handle, thick bar. There's so many variations just on a deadlift in strongman. So it just all changes a little bit, whereas in powerlifting, you use the same bar, same platform, same weights at every single comp, so it's always going to be the same. So just having that ability to adapt is more important for strongman. I think a leg press is a great machine for a strongman. I actually think a leg press is good for a powerlifter as well. And I think it certainly has its place for a bodybuilder. You take Dorian Yates. He used to think the leg press is awesome, whereas Tom Platz was more of a fan of a hack squat. His body shape suited it. He did, like, you try and do a Tom Platz type hack squat, your knees are going to be fucked. Mine certainly would. But Tom Platz, it worked for him. It's understanding that some things will work for certain people, some things won't work for others. And then you've got to look at the reason that you're doing something. I've seen bike sprinters doing quite high squats, and people go, oh, they're squatting high. They can squat high. They don't need a deep squat. They just need that power to accelerate into the pedals as fast as they can. So you've got to look at the reason that someone's doing something for the specific sport.
Vinny, that's a coaching question. Vinny belongs to you. We mentioned backing down a bit after the 250 log. Should we back down to 240?
I think we'll back down a little bit more. I'll kind of reply to you properly, but yeah, we just want to kind of give the body a little bit of a break. Sometimes
people message you in live. There you go, a bit more, Vinny, but he'll message you. Oh, it's a good question. It does pop up every so often. How did Jerry Pritchett compete at Britain's in 2013?
So Britain's at 2013 was the British Open.
Giant Slide British Open.
And within that competition, they held Britain's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
So there was about 3 or 4 international athletes. The rest of us were all from Britain. And regardless of who won, the highest placed Brit would have been declared Britain's Strongest Man that year. They did it a couple of times.
They did it the year after also. So I think the year after Radzikowski did it.
Competed.
Yeah. And they also, at that time, they were holding the log lift championships from 2014, I think, at Britain's Strongest Man. So we had some guest lifters just for the log too.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we've got the log lift championships in a couple of weeks. And
we have.
Bibby's been putting out a couple of posts today. He's like, yeah, you need to do the maths. I'm looking forward to this. I meant to check beforehand. I wanted to see how many times has Bibby done the log lift championships and how many times has he won it? Because I think he's won it pretty much every time.
He's certainly won it a number of times.
Yeah.
And who's going to challenge him, do you think?
I mean, normally you would say Luke Stoltman.
Luke has Luke a couple of years ago, his log was phenomenal.
2021, he was so close to the record.
I hope I don't upset Luke by saying this, because I've upset a lot of people recently. But his log in the last year has not been what it was a couple of years ago.
No.
I hope we can see Luke back to his best. Hicksy's not doing it, which is a shame.
That is a shame.
I don't think Mitch Hooper is in any way near log record territory.
No. I don't think anyone's getting the record, if I'm honest. I'm just thinking about who's going to win.
I think
Bibby has to be the odds-on favourite for the win.
Bibby is the favourite. Actually, Pavlo Kordiak has been looking good in training.
He did 205.5 in training recently.
Yeah. But I think anything around the 200+ mark will be great.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
We've seen a lot of people struggle with around 200 with that log.
We have. Where are we? There we were. Paris, super chat from Paris. Thank you. Tips on dealing with strength loss while losing weight. Struggle to focus on one goal at a time. I get in my own way. I know. Looking forward to Rogue Protection.
Yeah, you're kind of answering your own question, Paris. Like it's important to focus on one target at a time. If I'm totally honest, you know, I had that target to lose weight, hit my goal, and now my focus is actually to try and get within 90% of my strongest, but at a lighter body weight. So now I'm not in a calorie deficit. I'm able to eat a bit more food. Working with Josh Law, who's really helping with my nutrition. We're kind of like, you know, in a good place right now in terms of the food that I'm eating is fueling my workouts really well. My goal at the moment is to stay at the body weight that I'm at. So I'm about 130. I keep fluctuating between 133 and 134 kilos. So it's a decent weight for me. I could potentially let myself get to about 140, but that would be my absolute limit. I do not want to go over 140 again. But yeah, it is important to focus on one goal at a time, particularly if you're looking to do either well. If you're kind of maintaining, it's a little bit easier. But if you're kind of looking to lose a fair amount of weight
while getting stronger,
it's just, you'll get to that kind of point where it's just not going to happen. If you're exceptionally obese, then it's doable, you know. But essentially, if you're in a calorie deficit, you're going to struggle to get stronger, particularly if you're in a calorie deficit for a long period.
You know what? What's going to be interesting to see where Luke Richardson's log is, because he was joint first on the log at England's, wasn't he?
I think he's got to be around the 190, 200 kilo mark.
Yeah, I reckon he's probably got a 200 kilo log in him based on that performance there.
Yeah.
He was Viper pressing that log.
Viper press is completely different though.
I know, but his performance was bang on with Jack, who hit over 200 kilo a few days ago. So
yeah,
you would expect him to be somewhere close to that, wouldn't you?
I would expect him to be close, but what I'm saying is the technique is different.
Yeah, no, I know.
And a Viper press doesn't necessarily equate to a max.
Yeah.
I think Jack would beat Luke at a max.
Yeah, okay. I'm trying to get the name straight in my head again.
But I don't think Luke is far behind.
No. But yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame we don't have like Trey Mitchell's Luke's log.
Trey Mitchell and Bobby Thompson should be there.
Yeah.
You know, Bobby should have been invited outright. He's the American record holder. He should have been invited to the log lift record, to the log lift world championships. And Trey is a monster log presser as well.
Trey's log, the last couple of times, I mean, he won it this year at the Arnold Strongman Classic and at the Shaw Classic as well.
Yeah.
Right. I think I'm going to have to get Loz to bed because he's deteriorating before my very eyes.
I've just got something in the back of my throat.
Yeah, I can hear it, but I can hear it.
No, it's all good. We can finish these questions.
Okay.
If there is any.
No, I don't think there is.
Yeah, Luke looked fantastic at England's Strongest Man. He really did.
Yeah.
Cool. Shall we leave it there?
Yes. Right.
Thank you very much for joining us, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. It's nice to be chatting to you, and hope you didn't mind my ranting.
No, there you go. And yes, as soon as we have the information about next week's competition, which is called the World Strongman Championships, it's being held in Latvia. It's being put on by Danis Agaris. We will share the live stream info because it really does look to be a fun competition in terms of events. And there's a really good lineup.
Is it 4 events?
Well. I'm not sure if it's 4 or 5.
I think it's only 4 events, but they're weird events.
They're great. They're really cool looking. Yeah. Really looking forward to seeing it. So
awesome.
There we go.
Take care, guys. Have an amazing week.
And we'll see you soon. Smile and wave, Leslie. Smile and wave.